13 points and the dub. You really got it done on both ends in your Lynx debut. How did it feel to be out there?
It felt great. I had a lot of fun, honestly. This was one of the first times I've had fun playing basketball this season, and just everybody was encouraging me and just telling me to do what I do. And, you know, it's great to know that they brought me here for a reason and they see something.
Guys, last night we see Dijonai Carrington make her official debut as a Minnesota Lynx, and she did it in a very exciting game, a game where the Minnesota Lynx, her new team, mind you, came out on top and defeated this Seattle Storm at the Seattle Storm's home court. They had the home court advantage and a very exciting. It was a very close game. It was very grueling. Okay, the Seattle Storm was not playing with the Minnesota Lynx. They made them work and earn and burn for that dub. Okay, dubs in the chat. And not only did the Seattle Storm get defeated by the Minnesota Lynx while Dijonai Carrington made her debut, the Minnesota Lynx defeated the Seattle Storm without Queen Fee. Okay, Nafisa Collier, again, she's going to be out for unfortunately, at least 2 weeks due to that ankle injury. Last week, her right ankle, okay, became twisted. It became sprained, rather, when she had made contact, I believe it was with Jessica Shepard on her team. Okay, it was just an accident. You know, she was running, top speed. She couldn't stop on time. And, you could just see, that impact that it made when her right foot made contact with Jessica Shepard's foot. And you could just see, it just looked really nasty. It looked really painful. And she just was just writhing in pain on the floor. So I can't wait for her to come back. And again, it's everybody knows, okay, all the predictions was made that without Queen Fee, without the queen on the Minnesota Lynx, they are vulnerable, okay? Now, don't get it wrong. Don't get me twisted, okay? Be not deceived. They still got K Mac, okay? Kayla McBride. They still got Courtney Williams, Natisha Heidemann. Shout out to the stud buds, okay? They still got Jessica Shepard. They still got Bridget Carlton, Alana Smith, etc., etc. They still got some good pieces. Although they should have kept Alyssa Peely if we're keeping it all the way real. That's neither here nor there. Speaking of Alyssa Peely, she is now signed for, I believe, a 7-day hard contract to the LA Sparks, who just got the dub in last night's game. I just did a video on that. They just defeated Indiana Fever last night. But you can see that Dijonai Carrington, she fits right in, guys. Dijonai Carrington was born to be a Minnesota Lynx. I believe she's about to get a ring this season, okay? I'm cheering for it. Okay, I hope that Minnesota win. Okay, yes, I'm a Chicago Sky fan, but let's be real. We ain't making it to no playoffs, let alone getting a championship, because Jeff Pagliacca gave us a terrible roster. I've been saying it for 2 seasons now, okay? He's not good at picking women. Okay, his picker is broken. And look at Cheryl Reeves. I might have to do some research. I'm like, well, who is the general manager for the Minnesota Lynx? Because they need to, maybe we can give them 2 checks. Can you also operate to be our general manager at the Chicago Sky? Okay, Illinois, the state of Illinois, and Minnesota, they can't be that far apart, right? You can do virtual. I mean, a lot of jobs today are remote. You can work as our general manager, remote, stay home in Minneapolis, Minnesota, wherever you live in Minnesota. You ain't even got to physically be president. But somebody got to take Jeff Pagliacca's job. But let's get back on topic. Again, Dijonai Carrington was cooking up, okay? The Seattle Storm had me scared. I know they had the Minnesota Lynx scared. We saw how the Seattle Storm refused to go down without a fight. In that fourth and final quarter, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Nneka Ogwumike, Dominique Malonga, I was like, Gabby Williams, they was putting up 3-pointers. They were going to the rim. They were doing Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler kept on tying it with them threes. I was like, just when you thought that they were done. We in front now. The Minnesota Lynx are in front. We leading the team. We leading the game. Here come Erica Wheeler putting up a 3. Here comes Skylar Diggins putting up a 3. Here come Gabby Williams. Here come Dominique Malonga slamming into the paint and damn near dunking on us. I'm like, bro, Seattle Storm had me so stressed out last night. And let's not forget that they just acquired Brittany Sykes and did away with Alicia Clark. So the Seattle Storm has just gotten that more powerful because Brittany Sykes is a dog, okay, with a D-A-W-G. She is a dog. Okay, it is about to be some scary hours for all the teams going up against the Seattle Storm.
So I love playing with this group of women, and shoot, it seems like they like playing with me too.
Again, I love that Dijonai Carrington is getting all the love. Okay, you can see her and Cheryl Reeves embrace. Okay, she had she had a pretty good stat line. She had 13 points, 2 blocks, a steal. Okay, her stealing is coming back. Okay, she got the sticky fingers, and people are kind of being critical of her, saying she's dragging her old team, and how dare she? She's throwing shots. She's shots fired at her old team. She's throwing shade. Like, no, she loves her old teammates, especially Paige. Again, that them two together, that was like her daughter, PB and Nate. And even Paige said, like, it's sad to see Dijonai Carrington go, but she said, I understand this is a business. This is her career. She got to do what's right for her. Okay, that's just what it was. But Dijonai Carrington still got love for her baby girl. Okay, Paige Becker. She ain't got love for that raggedy coach. It was Crisco Clandis, okay, when she made those comments. Because, again, after she got the dub, they had asked her some questions. She was like, this is the first time that one of the first times I've been happy playing basketball in this current season. That says everything right there. That says it all right there. She was not happy playing with that for that man, Crisco Clandis, because he's a clown of a coach. Again, you can tell that Dijonai Carrington has mutual respect for her old teammates at the Dallas Wings. It was just the coaching staff. Kurt Miller and Crisco Clandis had her messed up, so she had no choice but to leave. Now, the game concluded with the Seattle Storm almost coming out on top. Okay, they had 87 points. The Minnesota Lynx was able to get it done without the Queen Fee. Okay, they got 91 points. Now, in the first quarter, the Minnesota Lynx, they were struggling. That's when I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, you can just tell, guys, when Queen Fee is on the court, without Nafisa Collier, they had to really work. They had to earn every point. They were scraping by. It was like the rent was due. The bills is due. And they looking through the couch for change. They're trying to get up quarters to pay this rent. But the breadwinner of the family, i.e. Nafisa Collier, ain't nowhere to be found. They lost their breadwinner to pay that rent. But they still came out on top in just 1 point in the first quarter. The Minnesota Lynx finished the first quarter with 20 points. The Seattle Storm had 19 points. But in the second quarter, this is when the Seattle Storm was just dominating. The Lynx in the second quarter, we only scored 15 points. The Storm scored 24 points. My goodness. But in the third quarter, the Lynx scored 28 points, whereas the Seattle Storm scored 21 points. But in the fourth and final quarter, the Minnesota Lynx scored 28 points. The Seattle Storm scored 23 points. Now let's break down these individual player statistics, starting with the Storm, the losers. Okay, Ezzie McMcGore had 8 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds. Gabby Williams had 9 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Nneka Ogwumike, my goodness, she had 23 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Erica Wheeler, again, she's really good. And I love how Erica Wheeler and Dijonai Carrington always gonna battle it out. Okay, they almost always foul each other. Okay, they don't be playing no games when it comes to the one-on-one matchups. Erica Wheeler had 19 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Skylar Diggins had 11 points, 7 assists, 1 rebound. Tiffany Mitchell had 5 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds. And Dominique Malonga had 12 points, 0 assists, and 3 rebounds. Now for the Minnesota Lynx. Jessica Shepard, had 13 points, 4 assists, 13 rebounds. She had a double-double. Bridget Carlton had 12 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Alana Smith had 6 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Kayla McBride had 14 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Courtney Williams had 20 points. Big dog. Courtney had 20 points. Again, Cheryl Reeves just recently, a month and some change ago for this current season, moved Courtney Williams into the starting 5 lineup, okay? And she's earned it because Courtney she was the leading scorer of last night's game for the Minnesota Lynx team. She had 20 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Natisha Heidemann had 5 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Maria Kulendokova had 8 points, 0 assists, 5 rebounds. And Dijonai Carrington, back at it like a crack addict, had 13 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. Again, shout out to Minnesota Lynx. At this point, I'm rooting for them to get the dub. Again, I don't like how the refs played in their face last season, okay? They even low-key. The refs cheated for the New York Liberty. I told y'all, the 2024 championship, the title, the ring, the trophy, it belongs to Minnesota. Again, I've come to terms with it that my Chicago Sky, hell, even the Dallas Wings ain't making it. The Las Vegas Aces ain't probably going to make it, okay? They may not make it into the playoffs, the semifinals, the finals. But the Minnesota Lynx is currently number 1 ranked powerful team. If it comes down to it, Minnesota Lynx versus New York Liberty, Atlanta Dream, Indiana Fever, I am officially rooting for the Minnesota Lynx to win this 2025 championship. They earned it, okay? They should have earned it. They literally earned it last season. But y'all saw what happened. Even Kathy Engelbert, she has showed up with a freaking New York Empire dress on. I ain't gonna lie, it was cute, but it's like y'all don't even hide y'all bias. Just like the refs. The refs cheated for the New York Liberty in order for them to win the 2024 championship because they felt pity on them. New York as a whole, both on the men's side, the women's side, NBA, WNBA, they haven't won a championship in basketball since 1971, 50-something years ago. They looked down upon the New York Liberty with pity and sorrow. They felt bad for them, and they decided to rob the Minnesota Lynx, allow Breanna Stewart to make all those travels. She took 7 baby steps. They ain't called nothing on her, Okay, I remember. Don't think I forgot. I remember. Okay, and they decided to give the trophy and championship to the New York Liberty over the Minnesota Lynx. Well, the Minnesota Lynx just acquired Dijonai Carrington. Dijonai Carrington was tied to Chris Coklanis down there at the Dallas Wings. And Dijonai Carrington and the Minnesota Lynx will be getting that ring this season. Mark my words.